Hello guys, NautoAis here, and this is going to be a follow-up on, well, Microsoft finally bought Activision Blizzard. So if you know the story, here's the gist. There was a lot of hullabaloo fighting, especially with the FTC, but in the end, Microsoft won. Now they have nothing getting their way on buying Activision Blizzard. Nothing, not the FTC. I think somebody in the UK also, they're trying to block it still, but I doubt it. So to some extent, the follow-up is that I want to talk about Sony. So if you saw one of my videos, a short one, of course it's based on my thoughts on the state of play on May. Jim Ryan, whether you like it or not, I keep saying he's a bad man, a very bad man. Yes, that's a Seinfeld reference, but there's a bigger meaning behind it. The guy sucked. I'm sorry to say, the guy sucked. Ever since he took over, Sony just, in my opinion, as a Sony fan, they're going downhill, especially, of course, the censorship policy. I did talk about it already. It was stupid. And the reality is, that's a business decision for them. They don't want to get sued. They just thought it's good for business. You know, it is what it is. Argue all you want. I'm probably going to talk about the other censorship, especially with the Skullgirl, but that's a different video there. So the funny part here is that after he lost, because they also wanted to block it, Jim Ryan even admitted that they didn't want Microsoft to buy Activision Blizzard, so that failed. So they spent a lot of money, wasting money on legal fees, and they failed. So I don't know what happened there. So it's funny, in my opinion. Again, that's on Jim Ryan. And the best part here, as a Sony fan, I know I might say, oh, well, how come you're saying that? Because I'm also spade of spade. Like I said, Jim Ryan sucked. He's a bad guy, and he's an idiot. Like, that's the facts. Is that they also caved in and signed in a 10-year deal with Activision. You might say, well, that's good. So Call of Duty on the PS4, PS5, whatever, PlayStation console. Yeah, as a consumer, we don't care. We have option. But in perspective business, well, for every time any Call of Duty sells on the PlayStation, and if it sells better than an Xbox, a lot of some of the incentive, it's going to be on Microsoft. So they're giving Microsoft free money. They don't want that. But, you know, it is what it is. And my thoughts on that one is, well, it's funny. I'm not sad about it. I think Sony deserved it. I know it's kind of sucks saying that as a Sony fan, but like I said, ever since Jim Ryan took over and a lot of this bullshit decision, getting rid of their Japanese market, which that's where Sony came from, a lot of the Japanese gamer were Sony supporter, but now you made them go to the Switch because it may be granted the portability, but at the same time, you made it to American. Play US station, that's what I call it. I know that's a weird name, but you're gonna get it because the fact is, they Americanized the PlayStation console, the legacy. They even say, no, we're not. Like, bullshit, that's a lie. So thoughts about it? It's funny. I think it's well deserved that what happened for Sony. Hopefully with this, they learn, and hopefully they're gonna reevaluate their strategy. And that part I wish, I don't know if they're gonna do it, is censorship. Because again, like I said, there's two types, but I'll talk about it in a different video. But hey, they had it coming, in my opinion. So hopefully, whether this sounds good or not, you know, Sony deserve it. Hopefully that in the long run, guess what? They probably start losing more money. Because again, if they start losing, they become humble. The only reason they became top dog is because of the PlayStation 4. Just think about that story. So that's my thoughts on Sony basically caving in, losing money for the fees, and caving into Activision, Blizzard, Microsoft on the deal. So it's funny. They deserve it. With that, I'll see you guys later.